Hey friends, I need you to understand something right out of the gate. I have been waiting and waiting and waiting 15 long years for someone, anyone, to finally look Kody Brown in the eye and call him what so many of us have been thinking all along, a creep. 15 years, and it finally happened. And honestly, it was glorious. The person who said it was Brianna Chicken Fry. Yes, that Brianna. And I don't care what else you know or don't know about her, because in that moment, she became my personal hero. I'll be real with you. I don't know her whole life story. I know she's had some controversy, dated a country singer, accused him of DV, then somehow ended up canceled herself because, well, that's the internet for you. It's confusing, messy, and rarely fair. But here's what I do know. She showed up on Special Forces, and despite openly saying she's a smoker, a party girl, and not exactly built for this kind of environment, she has powered through. She's made it shockingly far, maybe all the way to the end. I don't even know yet if tonight is the finale. But whether she wins or not, she already won in my book. Because tonight, she did what no one else has done in 15 years. She said it, out loud, to his face. And let me tell you, every woman in America has needed someone, anyone, to finally say that to Kody Brown's face. Now, I have to be honest with you. My biggest issue with sister wives has always been this. We're expected to pretend that Kody's behavior is normal. TLC has spent over a decade trying to sell us the idea that the way this man treats women is acceptable. They've shoved this narrative down our throats for 15 years, that it's fine to objectify women, that it's fine to pit them against each other, that it's fine for a man to sit back while wives compete for scraps of attention. They keep rolling out these shows, Seeking Sister Wife and others, built on patriarchal systems where the women claim they all have equal power when anyone with eyes can see they don't. You watch these women cry, struggle, swallow their discomfort, and convince themselves they're okay with something they clearly aren't. And we're all sitting at home thinking, am I crazy or is this man a total creep? Because he is. There are a lot of creeps out there. And before anyone jumps in, no, I'm not saying polyamory itself is bad. That's not the point. I'm talking specifically about this rigid patriarchal version of polygamy that TLC has been glamorizing for years. That structure, it's unsettling, it's uncomfortable, and yes, it's creepy. Kody is the creep, full stop. For 15 years, we've dissected the relationships between the women, who was jealous, who was favored, who was hurt the most. But the truth is, the common denominator has always been him. He's the one orchestrating the chaos. I mean, am I the only one who watched Sister Wives over the years and thought, I know you all share kids, but this man is literally bouncing from house to house? Like, one night he's with one wife, the next night he's with another, and we're just supposed to act like that's no big deal? I don't care how spiritual or agreed upon it is. I would absolutely lose my mind. Yet the expectation was always that these women should smile, accept it, and tell us they're fine. And then everyone acts shocked when there's resentment, trauma, and emotional damage. Of course there is. They were forced to share one pencil. One. And listen, it's 2025, almost 2026. Ladies, we deserve our own pencil. If you like pencils, you get one. If you don't like pencils and prefer donuts, guess what? You can have donuts too. But no one should be fighting over a single, crusty pencil attached to a creepy man. We deserve to be treated like queens. We do not deserve to compete for attention from men who make our skin crawl. So when Brianna looked at Kody and called him a creep, I felt joy, real joy. I thought, finally, someone said it. Because not one tell-all host on TLC has ever truly held him accountable. He's never been forced to answer the hard questions. Every interview, every reunion, every sit-down, people tiptoe around him, flatter him, and protect him. And for once, just once, that didn't happen. People have spent years tiptoeing around this man, bending over backward to treat him like he's somehow normal. But there is nothing normal about Kody Brown. Nothing. And it's long past time he started being treated the way he's earned, like the creep that he is. Because that's exactly what he is. Let's not forget who we're talking about here. This is the same man who reportedly wanted hour-long massages from his wives before he would show them any affection, and then didn't bother returning the favor. That alone tells you everything you need to know. That's not love. That's entitlement. That's control. And it's unsettling. This is why I've been so outspoken about polygamy for years. A big part of why this channel even exists is because I truly believe this kind of patriarchal polygamy is abusive to women. Period. And for far too long, Kody Brown has been normalized, celebrated, and even applauded for behavior that should have raised alarms a long time ago. He doesn't deserve praise. He deserves accountability. So yes,
I'm grateful, genuinely grateful, that someone finally said it to his face. Now, let me tell you something else that came out just yesterday, because if you think the creep factor stops there, oh no. Kody did an interview with Fox, and honestly, it left me wondering if a few screws might be loose. This man admitted, on live television, but he brought no deodorant with him to Morocco for the show. None. Zero. Why? Because he assumed he wouldn't be able to shower for 10 days. So instead of packing basic hygiene items like a normal adult, he just accepted being filthy. He didn't shower, he stank, and apparently his castmates noticed. He even joked about it, said the other guys were like, "Hey Kody, you kinda smell." Then he had to go around asking other men if they had deodorant he could borrow. Grown man, borrowing deodorant, on television. And somehow he thought this was funny. It gets worse. According to his daughter Mykelti, Kody actually likes the smell of his own body odor. He thinks it's manly. In his mind, being sweaty, funky, and unpleasant is some sort of badge of masculinity. So he doesn't just tolerate being smelly, he embraces it. And let me tell you, that's not confidence. That's not masculinity. That's another form of dominance and indifference. It's the attitude of, I'll do whatever I want and you'll just have to deal with it. Control, once again. He also showed up with expired energy powder, expired by 3 years, and offered it to other people on the show. When questioned, he brushed it off, claiming expiration dates don't matter because it's dry and he knows the guy who makes it. That's not how food safety works. Dry doesn't mean immortal. Packaged doesn't mean harmless. Things can go bad. They can become toxic. At this point, I'm honestly wondering how much of that expired junk he's been consuming over the years, because the behavior we're seeing doesn't exactly scream sound judgment. Watching him spiral, get embarrassed, and make a fool of himself has been something. Meanwhile, over on TLC, the same network that has no problem promoting cult-like dynamics and systems where women are expected to have fewer rights, the chaos continues. Let's be real. TLC thrives on bizarre, extreme lifestyles. The stranger and more dysfunctional it is, the more airtime it gets. I took a look at TLC's Facebook page recently, and wow, their shows just keep getting weirder. I don't watch anything on that network except Sister Wives because frankly, I think the network is trash. And yet somehow it manages to sink lower every year. And this week, Robyn Brown's mask finally slips. I caught a lot of heat for reporting that Kody and Robyn showed up to Garrison's memorial acting like they were better than everyone else, treating other family members as if they were beneath them. People acted shocked. But let me tell you something. This isn't new. That air of superiority, it's been there for a long time. I've spoken to multiple people connected to the family. Kody and Robyn have been othering the rest of them for years. This behavior didn't suddenly appear. It's just finally becoming impossible to ignore. And maybe, just maybe, people are finally starting to see what so many of us have seen all along.
Robyn truly believes she's better than everyone else. I don't think there's any way around that anymore. Deep down, she sees these people as trash, beneath her, less than her. But instead of owning that attitude, she wraps it in a softer story. She hides behind, I'm the victim, I'm scared of them. That's the cover she uses. So this week, when everyone meets at Coyote Pass, Robyn suddenly can't speak. She's too afraid. And how does that show up? By pretending Meri and Janelle don't even exist. No hello, no goodbye, no eye contact, just silence. And that silence, it speaks volumes. They handle the paperwork, confirm the numbers, exchange polite words with everyone except Meri and Janelle, and then they're gone. Like those two women were invisible. That's not fear, that's avoidance. This is how I know Kody has been running a smear campaign against Meri and Janelle for years. This is why we've heard this constant narrative that Meri, especially Meri, is evil, wicked, toxic, all of it. Because Robyn can't even look at her. And why is that? Because Meri fought back. What you're seeing now is the result of a woman standing up to Kody and Robyn and exercising her legal rights. Meri hired an attorney. That attorney sent legal letters, and those letters reminded Kody and Robyn of something they don't like being reminded of, the law. Let's talk facts. Meri publicly handed them a check for over $80,000, on camera. She didn't even have a loan in her name. She owed $0 on the total price of Coyote Pass, $0. And yet, she still paid off their debt. And after she did that, they still refused to give her her fair share. For 3 months, they tried to pressure her into signing an NDA. 3 months! Meri refused. And only then, only after she wouldn't be silenced, did Robyn finally sign the deed. So now, Robyn isn't talking to them. Not because she's scared. She's angry. She's mad there's no NDA. She's mad Meri can't be silenced. Kody and Robyn do not want anyone else writing books, and Meri has openly said she's considering writing one. We don't know when, we don't know how far along it is, but the idea alone clearly terrifies them. And here's why.
There was no one closer to Robyn than Meri. No one. Which means Meri knows things. She knows what really happened with the catfishing situation, and let's be honest, we all know Robyn was involved. She knows about the money, she knows about the manipulation, she knows what went down during the divorce, and now she's had time, distance, and clarity. They don't want her telling that story. They don't want her believing she's entitled to money. And this is exactly why these men and these systems are creepy. Because they believe the money belongs to them, always. And the women are supposed to stay quiet and grateful. We're seeing this pattern play out everywhere. The first wife of an Apostolic United Brethren leader, who has now left him, is suing him in Utah. I talked about this over a year ago, and now it's finally hitting the media. Why? Because he's doing the same thing Kody tried to do to Meri and Janelle, blocking her from property she owned and contributed to for over 30 years, forcing her to pay rent on land that was already hers, stripping her of rights. This is how these men operate. So what you're seeing from Robyn is not fear of persecution, it's rage over lost control. She's mad she's not getting what she wants. She's mad she doesn't have power over them anymore. Watch how the others respond. Meri said it felt like she was invisible. Janelle thought Robyn expected to be attacked, but no one was doing that. They were ready to be adults. It was just painfully awkward. And Janelle makes an important point. She doesn't believe in being fake, but she also doesn't understand walking away without a word. And here's the part that really matters. For years, Robyn sat on that couch and told us over and over, I just want to see Meri. I just want to talk to Meri. I don't want to hurt her. I always have her best interests at heart. I just want her to know I have her back. Years of that. And then the moment comes. She's face to face with Meri. The opportunity is right there. And what does she do? Nothing. She walks away like Meri doesn't exist. Then she looks straight into the camera and says she doesn't do fake and isn't going to pretend everything is okay when it's not. So let me ask the obvious question. What isn't okay, Robyn? For weeks now, on this show, on this channel, everywhere, Robyn has been saying the same thing, over and over. I just want everything to be fair. She claimed she was fighting to make sure things were fair. She said she was making sure Kody didn't rip anyone off. She said she wanted everyone to behave. She said she was doing all of this for Meri. She looked straight at the camera and told us she would always have Meri's back. And then suddenly, when she's actually face to face with Meri, she says, I didn't want to pretend everything was okay when it wasn't. So let me ask the obvious question. What wasn't okay? Because Robyn, you told us everything was okay. You told us the issue was Kody. You told us you didn't have hard feelings. You told us you weren't angry. You told us the tension was between Kody and the other women, not you. And right here, friends, is where the truth finally cracks through. This is Kody covering for Robyn. This is why they are so tightly bound together. As Janelle once said, they are equally yoked. Robyn isn't some innocent bystander caught in the middle. She actively benefits from this system. She helps protect it. She helps Kody hurt other women, financially and emotionally. She helps him control the narrative. She helps him keep power. She helps him keep everyone else working, sacrificing, and staying quiet while she and Kody benefit. She has always been part of the machinery. For weeks, she insisted she had no anger, that she had no resentment, that everyone else was responsible for the bad blood. She framed herself as the peacemaker, the victim, the one just begging everyone to stop hurting each other. But narcissists have a habit of telling on themselves. Everything she accused others of doing, that's what she was doing. Kody enables it, but let's be clear, he likes it. They want the same things. They both want control, they both want money, they both want loyalty without accountability. They both want to come out on top, no matter who gets hurt along the way. And here's the hard truth. Even if polygamy were completely removed from the equation tomorrow, Kody and Robyn would still struggle. Their relationship is built on competition, manipulation, and us versus them. That's cult programming. That doesn't just disappear. If they don't have a shared enemy, they'll eventually turn on each other. I was talking to my friend Ellen, who grew up in this exact belief system, and she said something that stuck with me. She said people like Kody and Robyn don't know how to have a healthy equal relationship. Everything is about dominance, mind games, and control. You can't just flip a switch and suddenly be normal. That kind of damage runs deep. And honestly, Robyn would be far better off removing herself and her children from this situation entirely, because we've already heard straight from Christine's book that Kody has shown shocking levels of disregard for boundaries and basic decency. That's who Robyn chose. That's the man she continues to defend. So no, this wasn't fear. This wasn't persecution. No one was coming after her. What she felt was anger. Anger that she lost money, anger that she lost control, anger that she couldn't silence Meri, anger that the truth is slipping out. And here's the thing people like her hate hearing. It's not a witch hunt if it's true. It's not persecution if it's accountability. Crying victim doesn't erase facts. It just distracts from them. Robyn's mask is slipped. The silence, the avoidance, the coldness, it all told us more than any speech ever could. So now I want to hear from you. What do you think about Kody the creep? And Robyn, angry, exposed, and furious that she no longer controls the story? Let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Subscribe if you haven't already, and click that bell so you don't miss what comes next. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, besties.